Izmir, often spelled Izmir in English, is a metropolitan city in the western extremity of Anatolia. It is the third most populous city in Turkey, after Istanbul and Ankara, and the second largest urban agglomeration on the Aegean Sea after Athens. In 2019, the city of Izmir had a population of 2,972,900, while Izmir province had a total population of 4,367,251. Izmir's metropolitan area extends along the outlying waters of the Gulf of Izmir and inland to the north across the Geddes River Delta, to the east along an alluvial plain created by several small streams, and to slightly more rugged terrain in the south. Izmir has more than 3,000 years of recorded urban history, and up to 8,500 years of history as a human settlement since the Neolithic period. In classical antiquity, the city was known as Smyrna, a name which remained in use in English and various other languages until around 1930, when government efforts led the original Greek name to be gradually phased out internationally in favor of its Turkish counterpart Izmir. Lying on an advantageous location at the head of a gulf running down in a deep indentation midway along the western Anatolian coast, Izmir has been one of the principal mercantile cities of the Mediterranean Sea for much of its history. It hosted the Mediterranean Games in 1971 and the World University Games in 2005. The city participated in Climatong in 2019. The city of Izmir is composed of several metropolitan districts. Of these, the district of Konak corresponds to historical Izmir, with this district's area having constituted the city's central, Izmir municipality, urban districts namely Balkova, Bayrakli, Bonover, Buka, Sigli, Gazimir, Guzulbachi, Kararbagler, Karşıyaka, Konak, and Nalaidyara, and later consolidated them with an additional 9 of the province's districts outside the city proper. In 2013, the passing of Act 6360 established all 30 of Izmir province's districts as part of Izmir's metropolitan area. Izmir has over 3,000 years of recorded urban history and up to 8,500 years of history as a human settlement since the Neolithic period. Set in an advantageous location at the head of a gulf in a deep indentation midway along the western Anatolian coast, the city has been one of the principal mercantile ports of the Mediterranean Sea for much of its history. Modern Izmir also incorporates the nearby ancient cities of Ephesus, Pergamon, Sardis and Clazomenai, and centers of international tourism such as Kusadasi, Sezmi, Mordegan and Forca. When the Ottomans took over Izmir in the 15th century, they did not inherit compelling historical memories, unlike the other key points of the Ottoman trade network, namely Constantinople, Damascus, Baghdad and Cairo. The emergence of Izmir as a major international port by the 17th century was largely a result of the attraction it exercised over foreigners, and the city's European orientation. Politically, Izmir is considered a stronghold of Kemalism and the Republican People's Party. Izmir's port is Turkey's primary port for exports in terms of the freight handled and its free zone. A Turkish-US joint venture established in 1990 is the leader among the 20 in Turkey. The workforce, and particularly its rising class of young professionals, is concentrated either in the city or in its immediate vicinity, and as either larger companies or SMEs affirm their names with an increasingly wider global scale and intensity. Izmir hosted the Mediterranean Games in 1971 and the World University Games in 2005. In March 2008, Izmir submitted its bid to the BE for hosting the Universal Expo 2015. But it was won by Milan, Italy. In ancient Anatolia, the name of a locality called Smyrna is mentioned in some of the level 2 tablets from the Assyrian colony in Kultepe, with the prefix T identifying a proper name, although it is not established with certainty that this name refers to modern-day Izmir. The modern name Izmir is the Turkish rendering of the original Greek name Smyrna and Smyrn. Since the city was founded by Greeks in medieval times, Westerners used forms like smire, zamira, esmira, Izmir, which was rendered as Izmir into Turkish, originally written as with the Ottoman Turkish alphabet. The region of Izmir was situated on the southern fringes of the Jotun culture in Anatolia's prehistory, knowledge of which is almost entirely drawn from its cemeteries. In the second half of the second millennium BC, it was in the western end of the extension of the still largely obscure Arzawa kingdom, an offshoot and usually a dependency of the Hittites, who themselves spread their direct rule as far as the coast during their great kingdom. That the realm of the 13th century BC local Luwian ruler, who is depicted in the Kemalpaza Karabel rock carving at a distance of only 50 kilometers from Izmir, was called the Kingdom of Myra, may also leave grounds for association with the city's name. The latest known rendering in Greek of the city,